Hi, friends. There's a bishop in the United Methodist Church whose name is Robert Schnase, and you know his work even if you don't know his name, because he wrote a book maybe now 10 or 15 years ago called The 5 Practices of Fruitful Living, and then The 5 Practices of Fruitful Congregations. And it's those books that gave rise to the names of our practice areas at LAUMC: radical hospitality and extravagant generosity and passionate worship, and those names that we apply to our work. But I heard Bishop Schnase speak once, and he said that when he flies, and he flew around the country a lot at the time, he always sits next to someone and looks for an opportunity to talk to them about what he does as a leader of the church, and then about his faith. He said every time he flies, he thinks of that as an opportunity to share his faith. I've always felt guilty about that because I don't think about flying that way at all. When I get on an airplane, I go into my little introvert cocoon, and I'm really glad if nobody ever asks me to talk about anything. And I have really thought, maybe I'm not living my obligation as a Christian to not be looking for opportunities to tell someone about why I believe the things I do. It's easy for me to talk to you about that from the pulpit because you're in church, right? And so I know why you're there, and you know why you're there, and you came to hear things about our common faith. But I never make that assumption about someone that I've just met. I rarely even look for conversations about faith with people I've known for a long time who I know are not faithful themselves. But this morning I had an opportunity to have a conversation with somebody that I've known for a very long time, someone who's a very good friend and who is not at all a person of faith. He considers himself an agnostic. I've always known that. He knows what I do. I know how he feels about matters religious, and we don't talk about religion. But today we did, and we talked about where each of us turns in times like this when so much seems at stake, when it would be very easy to become despondent or cynical about life in this world and hope, or not having reasons for hope. And what I said to him was what I believe, which is that we have similar experiences in our lives. He has just as many experiences as I have had in things that could be called miracles, in moments when it felt like his life was saved by something he didn't expect, in times that have brought him together with people that I would think of as sort of holy experiences. The difference is that I name those things God, and he doesn't. I call those moments in my life something that is evidence of the presence of a power for goodness and hope in this world, in my life and in the world in general. It was an unusual conversation for us, and I tell you about that today because I wonder if you might have conversations like that in front of you too. These are days when I think everyone is a little bit cracked open, right? When we are looking for answers we haven't had before. And we who are people of faith, we actually have found something that I think other people might be looking for. If someone would say to them, this is how you found it, or this is at least how I found something that meets this longing, this need in me. So I want to encourage you to take a risk, to have a conversation that you maybe wouldn't usually have with someone who you don't know whether they would feel the same way you do about faith. Might be worth it, and you might be giving them a gift. You just might. I will look forward to seeing you in worship. We were back together on Sunday in person as well as online, and it was glorious. I'll hope to see you this coming Sunday.